My students, please take a seat. Today's lesson will be about spring.
Mr. Albert, why can't we cover an actual, good fruit? We've been learning about trash this whole time.
Skill issue.
Honestly, it is trash.
Silence. Crew, please begin.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Albert. Spring is a common 60,000 belly fruit. Let's break it down in 5 categories. The first thing to know about spring's moves is that it has quite poor range. Well, not the worst. Of the other common fruits, it's still bad. Also because the moves are not fully viable on their own. A hybrid build is needed for this fruit to work in any effective capacity. Its flight, while being ineffective at travel, offers decent mobility in terms of PvP. For PvP, this does offer some benefits. The effect move is great for dodging and maneuvering. The X move also has decent range and is solid as a move that attacks and deals damage. However, it only has one move that can break observation, and that move is quite slow and has a bad AoE. Unfortunately, this is extremely trash for PV. Its damage is too poor for NPCs. Its AoE is too small for NPCs, and it's not a logia. That's all I can really say about spring in terms of that. The damage on this fruit is far from impressive. While it does have 4 attacks that all damage, it's still not particularly great, only being a little above chop. 60,000 belly is not a huge ask for a fruit that has good PvP nobility. However, in terms of actual offense, this is even worse than spin and chop, and that's on top of its Ken breaking abilities and dodge draining abilities being worse than chop, kilo, and spin.
For damage, spring gets a C. It's only above chop by a little bit, so it's average. For PvP, spring gets a D. Its mobility is great and width, but it's lacking in combos and is really bad at breaking Ken and draining dodges. For PvE, it gets an F. I don't need to explain this one. For price, it gets a D. Fruits like kilo, spin, and chop are capable of stunning to continue or keep up combos. Spring cannot do this, which makes it hard to work with. This makes spring's total grade a D+. If you're gonna use this fruit for mobility, don't do it. Just grab Portal